13 of the Miss Strawberry Makes podcast. I'm Michelle, and Miss Strawberry Makes is a crafty podcast about knitting, crocheting, sewing, and any other crafty shenanigans that I get up to. You can find me on Instagram as Miss Strawberry Short Girl, on Ravelry as Miss Michelle Bell. We also have a Ravelry group for the podcast called the Strawberry Patch. Come and join. That's where giveaways and things like that will be. And you can find the show notes for this podcast on the blog Miss Strawberry Makes. Link in the description box below. Well, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you're a returning viewer and subscriber, hey, welcome back. So great to have you. And if you're a new viewer, thanks for trying me out. I hope you enjoy it. So, yeah. Okay, well, I thought I would just go ahead and shoot a little podcast today, even though it's sooner than I normally, well, lately have been getting around to doing it, but I've got some time, so thought I'd make one before I got too many things to add to it, and it got too long, so, because I like to keep these short, as I've said before. Today is June 22nd. It is a drizzly gray day outside today, but we're hoping it'll clear off in enough time to go to our local carnival. So all the wee rabbits are planning on going, and I don't think Auntie's going to be riding any rides because they don't agree with me anymore. I'm getting old, but we'll see. Maybe they can talk me into it. I do love the Scrambler and the Tilt-A-Whirl. Maybe I'll just live vicariously and enjoy the carnival by eating treats like cotton candy and funnel cake and corn dogs. But we shall see. So, okay. Let's just jump right in with finished objects. Last time I was working on my I Love Summer scarf. I always want to say shawl, but it's a scarf. By Sandra Paul of Cherry Heart, and I got it finished. So let me show it to you. It's on Donna Sue right now. But let me grab it real quick. Okay, so I got it. I want to show you real quick before the scarf. This hat I got at Walmart for $3. I'm not really a hat person. I always end up feeling like I look silly in them, and they kind of make my ears stick out. But I just couldn't resist the pink ginghamness of this, so I'll probably wear this to the carnival today to keep from getting sunburned if the sun does come out. But isn't that cute? I just loved it. And for $3, I couldn't resist it. So, random, but there you have it. Okay, hopefully I didn't give myself hat hair. But here is my I Love Summer scarf with all the lovely dangly hearts. Isn't it wonderful? Okay, which end is up here? I always have trouble telling which side is the right side, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal because the hearts will flip back and forth anyway. Nope, I think that is the inside. I still haven't blocked it, but it's actually feels and drapes really nice, even without blocking. I did weave in all the ends though, so go me. So this is the scarf, and I love it so much. Actually, today would be a really good day to wear it because it's cooler today. It has been oppressively hot lately here. I live in the Midwest in Illinois of the United States. And yeah, it's been hot. Okay, there. So I bet if I blocked it, I could get all the hearts to stay going one way better, but actually the back of them, it doesn't bother me if they flip around. This pattern was really easy to do. Oh, I forgot to set it out, but, well, you've seen it before. You can see my project page on Ravelry I made for this. I didn't have any trouble with making it. It was super simple. And I told you before in the last episode that I used Knit Picks Comfy Fingering for the white, and it's white. And it is cotton, I think cotton and nylon probably. But it just feels really soft and cottony. And then the little hearts I made out of some little bobbins of fun colors there. I don't know if you can see them, but they're right there. That I had for a while, and I just love so much and wanted to use on a really special project, and this was definitely it. They are so showcased in this pattern. I love this pattern. It's a great pattern. So, and I made it, as I said, for the Cherry Heart make-along. I said that last time. I may have said it this time too. Just can't remember because I'm losing my mind. But, yeah, sorry, looking at my notes. The Cherry Heart make-along is going through the end of this month, I believe. Yes. So I got this done in plenty of time. Maybe I'll pick out another of Sandra's lovely patterns to make for the make-along. She's got so many options. Knitting, crocheting, and now sewing, because she just put her little project bag pattern on Etsy. So, I have to give that some serious consideration. But, yes, I don't think I have anything else to say about this, except that I just love it. Make one. Okay, so my only other, finished object for today is I made a vintage baby dress. It's hanging back there. I don't know if it's in frame. I think it is. I used Vintage Simplicity 5335, 5335, and I made view 1. And I want to make that coat so bad. I might end up making that just for the fun of it, just because it's so cute. This pattern is from 1963. Actually, my mom would have been little enough to wear that pattern. Actually, my aunt saw the picture I put on Instagram, and she said that my great-grandma, my mom's grandma, had that pattern and made those for my mom and her sister, who were just like a year apart. So, that's that pattern I got at the thrift store, but that's neat that it's the same pattern that my great-grandma had. I used to clean, when she was alive, I used to clean for my great-grandma Lou, and she was just such a special person, and she really was just a great seamstress. She sewed all the time, and she sewed for years, like very close up until she just couldn't see well enough to do it anymore. And yeah, so, but she was an inspiration, and I have like her button collection and a lot of things from her sewing days, so they're treasures. Yeah, I should talk more about her sometime. You guys would really enjoy stories about her. She's pretty great. Actually, I have, okay, I'm going off script here, but I have an idea for, I love vintage fashion, and I thought it would be really fun to do like a heirloom like family inspired outfits, like find an old photograph of different relatives of mine who are very special to me, like my grandma Lou and my grandma Linda and my Mima. Just find pictures of them in outfits that I really like, and try to make an outfit inspired by what they're wearing, and like inspired by them as people. And I just think that would be a really neat project to do. So I need to do that. Anyway, tangent, but let me show you the little baby dress I made. It's so sweet. Well, I'm calling it a finished object, but technically I haven't done the buttons and buttonholes yet. I just have it pinned closed, but I'm considering it finished. I made this out of some vintage rosebud fabric. I'm sure I just got it at a thrift store. So sweet, with some little rickrack trim. Gingham is also one of my favorite things ever. It's just so simple and sweet. But yeah, this little dress, I made it as a practice for, I have an order from a sweet friend of mine who's also a podcast viewer. So hi, Leanne. Not my Aunt Leanna, but a gal named Leanne. But yeah, she ordered a sweet little dress for her granddaughter, so, which I'm so excited to get to make little girl things, because we just found out that my sister Beth is having a boy. So yay! 2 little boys. Kelsey and Beth are each having a little boy. So we're going to have James and Jack all all over again. 2 little boys just a couple months apart, but so that'll be fun. I'll talk more about my plans for what I'm making them, but so, alas, I do not get to make little baby dresses for any nieces because I'm having little boys. I'll have to make cute little rompers and play suits and things. But in any case, this was a practice run of the pattern. I like to do that just so I can work out any problems I have with it before like making the actual thing I'm intending to make. So I just had this in stash and I just love it so much. Oh, look at my little hanger too. It's got hens on it, little chickens. I love vintage hangers. So whenever I find them at the thrift store, I pick them up. So this is a very sweet little dress, and this one will probably end up getting listed in my Etsy shop if you're interested. And I'm going to make little bloomers, little diaper cover to go with. It'll probably be plain white with some kind of trim. I'm all out of this particular rickrack, and this is vintage rickrack. So it'd probably be very hard to match the color, but I'll try. Or I'll work out something. And then I used some vintage bias tape for the binding inside too that matches. I love little details like that. And yeah, so I hand stitched all that down. It's just such a joy to make sweet little things like this, isn't it? I lined the bodice pieces because this fabric is pretty see-through. The skirt I did not because it would have really added to the bulk of it, and I wanted it to be light and airy. But the top I did line, and even the sleeves I did line with plain white fabric too. And let me see, the buttons and buttonholes I haven't done yet. I'll pick them out from my stash. I'm sure I have something out of Grandma Lou's stash to use. And the buttonholes, I will probably actually hand stitch those. I love hand stitching buttonholes. My sewing machine has like the little 4-step buttonhole process, but I can never get them to look very nice. I don't know what my problem is. I'm just, well, when I learned to sew buttonholes, I think Mom showed me how on her machine, she had an old Singer sewing machine, and it, you know, had in the book how to do it with the zigzag stitch. But I just didn't really enjoy it. And then my grandma Linda, my mom's mom, ended up giving me her, I think her first sewing machine that she got back in the 50s when she was a girl. Is a Singer Featherweight 221. Yeah, try not to be jealous. But all it has is a straight stitch. She gave it to me when I was probably in my early teens. I still have it. I love that little machine. But, so it didn't have a zigzag stitch. So my mom showed me in a book, I think she had, how to hand stitch buttonholes. You just do like a blanket stitch basically around them. And it's just such an enjoyable thing, and and it only takes 2 buttonholes on this little dress, and I think that would just make it really special. And then, I mean, it literally is made with love. I loved making this little dress. It's got the deep 3-inch hem, which just makes the skirt hang so nicely, I think. And I mean, I just love it. So yeah, there's that. So that is all I have for finished objects. So if we jump right into works in progress, I can show you the actual dress I'm making for the order. So let me grab. Okay, so here is the dress I'm making for the order. And I think I will end up putting the little ribbon bow on that dress too, and probably on this one too. Just have to get some little ribbon, because I love that little bow right in the middle. Just adds such a cute little touch. Was I covering it up with my finger? I'm sorry if I was. Hopefully you can see that. So, okay, here is the fabric that my lovely friend Leanne picked out. Aqua polka dots. What? It's all cut out, all the little pieces. So I just have to sew it, and for accent color I am using pink. I gave her the choice of pink, red, which I love aqua and red together, or white because of the white dots, and she chose pink. So I'm thinking I will use this tiny pink baby rickrack, which will look so nice with this, I think. Or I'm also thinking about using this regular sized pink rickrack. It's slightly lighter, but I'm really leaning towards the baby rickrack. I think that'll be really sweet. But I'm not holding myself to it. I'll wait till, you know, at the moment inspiration will strike when I'm making it. So that is that work in progress. As soon as I'm done shooting this podcast, I will be working on that. Look, matches my sewing machine. So that is that sweet project. And I will make bloomers to go with that too. I'm thinking maybe white bloomers with the pink rickrack, or maybe same fabric, because I have more of that fabric, same fabric bloomers, again with pink rickrack. That's my plan. So, okay. Next work in progress is my Rainbow Brite socks. I renamed them Rainbow Brite socks after the 80s cartoon character, because that's what they make me think of. They are made of, I've got them in a Clinique makeup bag that like matches. My Aunt Becky gave me that bag. She was getting rid of it, and I was like, ooh, I like that. She's like, well, you can have it. So she gave it to me, and I'm using it as a project bag. I've got one sock completely done. My first ever swirl toe. Sorry, I still don't have sock blockers. If you want to see a picture of it on my foot, go on my Instagram. Anyway, first ever swirl toe. First ever afterthought heel, which is basically, well, at least with the pattern I use, the same exact thing as the swirl toe, except on picked up stitches. But look, they're like the exact same decreases in shape and everything. So actually, this would make a very good sock puppet. It's got like a built-in, but okay, anyway. Yeah, really happy with it. I like the fit of it. I like that it doesn't mess up the stripe sequence, but it left a little hole here and here. I tried stitching it up. Are there any secrets for not having that hole there, or do you just have to stitch it up? Let me know, people who make afterthought heels, or if there's a better afterthought heel than what I've used. I did it where you knit across waist yarn and then over again with the actual yarn, and then you pick up the stitches after you're all done. So let me know if there's a better way to do that, 'cause I don't know. And then I've got my second sock about halfway done. See, oh, here's the waist yarn. I used a little piece of white cotton yarn. So I've got the leg done, starting on the foot, coming along smoothly. Love this yarn. It's Knit Picks Felici and Candy Shop from last year. Love it. So soft. Great stripes. And this is my entry, or at least one of my, hopefully I will have more than one entry, into the Rainbow Along by So Sweet Violet, Jooles, and Amy of Little Tailoress. So you can make anything you want rainbowy and enter it into that make-along, which is such a fun make-along, because who doesn't love fun colors? My other idea for the Rainbow Along is I want to make some pastel rainbow bunting, either knit or crocheted. I'm leaning more towards crocheted at this point for in the studio here, because it's not got enough going on as it is, but more is more, right? So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really enjoying this Rainbow Along. It's so fun seeing all the rainbowy things everyone's making, so really enjoying that. Okay, that is all my works in progress. Let's go to plans. Okay, next is Okay, I'm making plans for baby projects for my new little nephews coming into the world very soon. One end of July, due end of July, and one due middle of October. So, got out old reliable Debbie Bliss baby books. And yesterday my sister Beth and two of her kids were over, and we looked through the books, and she showed me pictures of things she liked on like Pinterest and things. And so I said, "Ooh, I've got a pattern like that." So she picked out, nope, not that, that's growing. She picked out a shawl collar sweater. Here's this one, but we're not going to do the color work. She just wants it a solid color and a little bit longer at the bottom. And it's made of DK weight yarn, and the first size is 6 to 9 months, and Debbie Bliss patterns run pretty large anyway, and she wants it quite a bit smaller, so I'm going to try using smaller yarn to accomplish that. And then she also picked, sorry that was loud, no, she didn't pick anything out of these. Did she? One of these she liked a coat in it. Yes, the duffel coat. Page 1. Okay, this is adorable. Look at this. It's got a little pointy hood. This duffel coat. So sweet, and garter stitch. That would be so cozy. Hopefully you can't see the instructions. Isn't that just darling? So I hope to make that little wee rabbit that coat as well. I told her, seriously, go hog wild, pick out a bunch of things, and I will make as many as humanly possible. So she's like, okay, because usually I just make like one thing for each wee rabbit when they come along, but I just want to go crazy with them this year in case they're the last ones. I can get out all my anti-knitting out of my system. And then this, I just have to make for somebody, whether they want it or not. This is a older Debbie Bliss book from the 90s, Nursery Knits. This little teddy bear all-in-one overall thing. The little paws, I think they unbutton so their little handies can come out. The little feetsies, hope you can see this. And the little ears. And Beth does want this, so. And she was saying, ooh, maybe even a little more yellowy brown so it looks like Pooh Bear. Wouldn't that be cute? And if it would fit him for Halloween, he could be Winnie the Pooh. But anyway, there's that. Kelsey has not looked through the books yet. Well, she skimmed them once, but she never actually committed to anything. So we're in the process of picking out yarn colors with Beth. I've sent her some links to suitable yarns for those. And now I need to have Kels pick out which things she wants. So I'm really excited about making those baby things. So, and I've got a commission from one of my aunts who is having her first grandbabies, and it's twins, and it looks like a boy and a girl. The girl was not being cooperative, so they're like 80% sure that she's a girl, but no one for sure is a boy. And she commissioned 2 little baby blankets, this really cute pattern she found on Facebook, actually, and they really like beach themed things. Her daughter-in-law is from California, so she's likes the beach stuff. So anyway, they start out looking like sand, and it's a ripple blanket, and then it gradually turns into water, and there's little baby sea turtles like crawling out to the water. So I'm gonna make 2 little baby-sized ones of those. Won't that be so sweet? I'm excited about that project too. All these babies, it's so wonderful. I'm so excited. So yeah, okay, is pretty much purely looky what I got. I got my first ever Liberty London fabric. It's quilting fabric, and I got it from Janum on Etsy. I've bought from that shop before, and I love it. So this, when I saw it first pop up on, she put a picture on Instagram, and I loved it so much. The line is called Tea for Two, and it's so cute. Look at it. Okay, I got 3 of it. I think there were like 8 designs, and I picked out these 3. Got a yard of each. This one is called Tea Party. Sweet pink background with little cupcakes and biscuits and cherries and strawberries. And look at some of those biscuits, look suspiciously like Jammy Dodgers. Yum. So that one. And then this one is called Flower Tops. And to me, this is like, when I think of Liberty of London fabric, this is the sort of print that pops into my head. It's all over, all mixed up and busy and diminutive and wonderful. It has strawberries in it. It has mushrooms in it. It has flowers. It has vines. It has just everything good and wonderful and adorable. And I love it. And then this. This one is Teacup Treasures. A lovely minty background with little teapots and creamers and sugar bowls and all things. All things wonderful and cute. And then while I was at it, I had to snag a yard of this. This is also Liberty of London, but it's from the Cottage Garden collection. And this one is called Cottage Lane. I cannot resist cottages because, well, let me show you some of the cottage stuff I have going. Annalise always rearranges the shelf whenever she takes a nap in here. I like to leave them that way because I think it's sweet.